Hello, and welcome to Weeaboo Avenue. Today we are here to talk about the last episode of Dragon Ball Super and our thoughts on Dragon Ball Super as a whole. Joining me today is Ben.
Good evening.
Yes, it is evening. Um,
Yeah, out
where
of
do you
all of
want to
us
start?
Weeaboo Avenue peeps, we are the ones that grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, and we've been watching Super since it started. However many, 3 years ago was it? Summer of 2015?
2015?
Yeah,
Yeah,
July of
yeah.
2015. So yeah, my God, it's been that long.
Oh,
It doesn't feel like it's been that long.
no, I feel like I've watched like an episode every day.
I mean, granted, there were a few weeks in there, especially with these past few weeks, where we've skipped weeks so we could have time for animators and whatnot for breaks. Apart from the
Yeah.
general usual breaks for holidays and whatnot over in Japan, we also
Yes, you have
had
to.
the um, weeks in October where One Piece and Dragon Ball Super had each had a week for their 1 hour specials for autumn. And that's when things started getting real for this last arc in Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, what was that was the last three Pride Troopers, right?
No, I'm talking about the first Goku Jiren fight.
Oh,
109
okay, okay.
110.
Okay, so Piccolo and Gohan were still in. Gotcha.
Roshi was
Yes,
still
the
in.
yeah, the Spirit Bomb.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Wait, was Roshi still in? No, I don't think so.
I think Roshi was
I
done
think
maybe
Roshi
like
was out. Yeah, the three bald humans were out because each of them had given energy to the spirit bomb.
yeah, that's right. And we were all we well not us, but everyone was like, "Well, they're giving energy outside. Why are they able to do that?"
Well, if you think that
It's
far, Universe 2 literally got energy from their entire universe.
Universe 6 brought in items like fuck it. Omni King is a toddler. As long as it looks cool, it's fine.
I mean, Universe 6 did, so did Universe 3.
Universe 3.
Universe 3 had all the robots. The Dr. Pepperoni, who fused with them to make Anilaza at the end, had his
Uh,
staff.
I guess you could count as staff.
Anyway, we're getting a little bit far ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
As far as Super goes,
Okay.
what was your favorite part of it?
I remember very fondly the episode where we got to meet the Universe 6 Namekians, and Piccolo figured out, hey yo, these Namekians aren't just Namekians. There's like 500 of each in them. They're super Namekians. More super than myself.
Yet he and Gohan still treated them like wet garbage.
It was
It was a good
still a cool
fight.
episode. Yeah. That's probably, if I was gonna be asked my favorite like episode altogether, it would be that one, just because of everything that happened in it and the synergy with Gohan and Piccolo, and then the next episode they fucked everything up.
My favorite episode, or episodes, I guess, honestly had to be either the first Goku versus Hit fight or the round 2 where Goku hired Hit to kill himself.
Oh my god.
Those fights were beautiful to watch,
Oh,
especially
and the
when Goku first mixes Super Saiyan Blue with Kaioken.
and
That shit gave me goosebumps.
the fact of restarting hearts with Ki.
Yeah, Goku actually used his brain for once.
Yeah.
That See, Hit was just an awesome character. Like, he had to be one of my favorite characters that they added in.
Have you heard his dub voice? Is it any good?
Matt Mercer's fantastic.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that. Had a little bit of issues on our side. Um, yeah, going back,
Matt
Matt
Mercer.
Mercer. Matt Mercer does a fantastic job as Hit, and uh, if you're more familiar with dubs, he also voices Kiritsugu Emiya in Fate Zero. He
Ooh,
is the dungeon master behind the Critical Role podcast. So, he's definitely a good voice actor.
gotcha. Okay. You wanna go for the last episode or go for Super as a whole at the moment?
Let's talk about the last episode first. So, the last episode today is Sunday, March 25th. So, the episode just aired last night for us.
Yes.
I have already watched it like 3 times in preparing for this little video that we're doing, but the animation was beautiful. They brought the big guns in for it. They brought Yuya Takahashi back, who also did the key animation for episodes 110, with the first Goku Jiren fight, with the Goku versus Kefla fight, um, which is when Goku went Ultra Instinct Omen for the second time, I believe.
Yes.
In the initial final bout, Universe 7 versus Universe 11, when it was 5 Universe 7 versus 3 Universe 11 fighters.
Yeah.
Like,
We.
Yuya Takahashi is the animator they go to where they want the best animation for the little movements. And you
Oh
can
yeah.
tell they brought the big guns out because you could tell. I mean, you might not have seen it at first, but there's a point in the episode where Frieza gets his tail ripped off. And if you don't catch it the first time, you just see him get his tail back later on in the episode. Oh, spoiler
Yeah.
warning, by the way.
Yeah, that is what happened to me. I just happened to be like, oh,
But
he
if you
got his tail back.
Yeah, but if you slow the video down at the right time, you can legit see Jiren rip his tail off and toss it to the side like a dead snake. It was fantastic to watch. And
He's hurting my lizard baby.
and also in these past few episodes they also had I Naotoshi Shida, who did some of the key animation during the Future Trunks arc and some of the other big fights during this Tournament of Power arc.
Yeah.
Oh, and before I forget, Yuya Takahashi, who did the key animation in this episode, also was the key animator for Battle of Gods and Resurrection F movies. So you can definitely tell he's got the experience from there as well.
Yeah. The only it looks very pretty. The only thing I had an issue with for episode 131 was the pacing. It was
Pacing
very,
was
very fast.
definitely, yes, it was definitely rushed. I
And
will
yes, it
not
was the
deny
last
that.
episode. And
Like,
yeah, it was the last episode, but it's like, come
if
on.
they
Like,
if they could have had one more episode, it would have been much better. They could have had, okay, the tournament ends and Android 17's about to make his wish or makes his wish at the end of the episode because
yeah,
Android 17 is the last man standing,
yeah.
which I never would have thought would happen.
Oh, yeah, same. And then it would also be an even number of episodes, and I would be happy about that.
Yeah, and then they could have taken an extra episode to do an epilogue kind of like the end of Z,
Yeah.
where I think it was episode 281. I think
And
that's how many
we,
episodes were in Z. I might have to go back and double check that. But literally just the happy-go-lucky, like, I feel good moments for the series.
Instead of it being a montage at the end of the last episode.
Yeah, and it would, sadly, we wouldn't have had Hiromitsuru for Bulma as she passed away at the end of last year.
Maybe
Um,
that's the reason that's the montage.
Possibly, but this would have also given a chance for the new voice actress to kind of get her debut, so to speak. See,
I could see it.
I don't know. I can't remember who they have for her now. I know they did something. A
Yeah,
small little
there's
commercial or something. I just cannot remember who.
yeah, there is a new voice actor. I remember hearing about it.
I mean, we will very likely see her in the movie that's coming out in December. I will be very surprised if we don't. So,
Speaking of December, you want to go on to the movie?
I still have a bit I'm talking about in this last episode.
Oh, gotcha.
This is kind of hard hitting for all of us that watched Z growing up as kids. Like, personally, my first memories of Z, I go back between three different things. Either Vegeta's self sacrifice against Majin Buu,
Oh, I love that one.
Goku's instant transmission Kamehameha versus Cell,
Oh,
or Goku versus Frieza in general.
those are good moments.
In this episode, th- basically, in these past few episodes, we have had a very heavy plot point theme on trust. And you can see definite development with characters in these last few episodes, especially between Goku and Frieza. Because as they are facing down Jiren, 17, Frieza, and Goku, Frieza stares Goku straight in the eye, says, "You haven't forgotten your promise, have you? To resurrect me after this is over if we win." Goku stares him back, "If you keep your promise, I won't break mine. You know me well enough that I won't lie about that." And then Goku and Frieza working together to take out Jiren.
I do sort of like the bromance there.
I mean, you
They,
can definitely, like, Frieza even stated himself, he's still going to be the evil douchebag. The Emperor
oh
of the
yeah,
Universe has
oh yeah.
returned.
I
But,
just think it's really funny how the weird chemistry they have, that they've been enemies for so long that they're best
yeah.
friends.
And also, it was one of those lines, you probably don't catch it as it happens, but as you think back to, it's like, wow, okay. Android 17 asks, "Are you two done making up?" Frieza says, "We'll make up over my dead body." He's
He's
dead.
dead. He's
He's got
dead.
the halo. He is literally back from hell to fight in this tournament. That was just a funny little thing people have caught on to.
I do like the fact, by the way, that Frieza, since 17 made the wish, that Frieza thought he was going back to hell, and then they just surprised him.
Yeah. See, that's another thing. I've seen people with this same opinion. Whis having that power kinda, I think, is kinda weird.
Yeah, I mean, he is God above God above God above God above God.
Yes, but you wouldn't think that an attendant to a god of destruction would have something that strong, I guess would be the word,
Maybe they
up
should
their
have had
disposal.
maybe they
Maybe
should have like Shin do it.
that would make more sense. Have the Kaishin, the god of creation, do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess the angels are above the Kaishin and the gods of destruction, so
Yeah. That's the
I
only
don't know.
reason I didn't question it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't much care when I first saw. I think it was one of those cool moments. Um,
Frieza suddenly gained his tail back.
yeah, poof.
Wait, why
And
has Whis not healed everyone before? What?
eh, you don't want the mortals to rely too much on the gods.
I gotcha. It's just
Speaking
mind
of the
break.
gods, though,
Yes.
Beerus,
Oh,
character development. Holy shit.
oh yeah. Throughout the
He
entire
developed
tournament.
so much as a character, especially through these last through the Tournament of Power since episode what, 86?
Something like that. He wasn't even fighting.
Like he has so much more respect for the fighters of Universe 7 now, specifically of the human fighters on Earth.
Oh yeah. That's one of my favorite parts where he goes where he calls Krillin boy and he's like, "No, no, Krillin."
Like he except maybe Ten Shinhan, I don't remember that episode as well.
I feel
Like
like he said you did good or something like that.
yeah, but like he called out Krillin by name. He called out Roshi by name.
Didn't he call him Roshi-sama?
No, he said Muten Roshi.
Okay, okay, okay. All
So,
right, all right. I was like, that's some heavy respect going up there.
I mean, it's still the sub still had it as Master Roshi. So that's
Yeah.
still like heavy respect. Like he went
Yeah.
from calling him old man to using his name.
Yeah. I wonder if Roshi's well, never mind. That's a dumb thought.
So I mean, yeah, Beerus I love his character development. I can't wait until they get this far in the dub. We just had episode 46 come out for the dub. No, not
Oh yeah.
46, 56. So we're just getting into the meat of the Future Trunks arc. We just got our Super Saiyan Rose transformation. So,
That man's not black.
that too. You hear Trunks legitimately yell, "That man's not black," as his men are shooting at Goku. It's one of those stupid things. Like, they had to have done it on purpose. But
Oh my
I
god.
digress. Super as a whole, where do you think, how well do you think it did with the series, with the franchise as a whole?
I as a fanboy, and that is exactly what I am. I am extremely happy that I've had these 3 extra years of Dragon Ball because we had those 20 years of nothing. But as a critical eye, there were a lot of problems, mainly in the beginning, with, of course, the animation and
The infamous
uh,
episode 5.
or episode 24.
Oh god, yeah.
But lots of pacing issues, lots of small writing concerns. But like I said, I'm a fanboy. At the end of the day, it's Dragon Ball. I'm gonna watch it. Fuck it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon Ball, we're gonna watch it unconditionally. Yes, we do have our issues, like Dan was saying, pacing, especially in this last arc. They could have easily taken down some of the fights, like with Universe 2 specifically. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, we have 1 minute left. 2 episodes
Good
later.
lord. Yeah. We are supposed to believe that there was less than a minute left in the tournament in that last episode. Less than 2 minutes. No, literally less than a minute passed in episode 130.
There was actual dialogue though.
It was the Frieza saga all over again with the Spirit Bomb.
What if they did that on purpose?
They had to have. Super became self aware at some point, I swear.
Same.
But no, it added some great stuff to the franchise as a whole. some great characters. My main favorites were from Universe 6, like I was saying. Hit's one of my favorite characters that they added. The Universe
Um,
6 Saiyans, Kabe, Caulifla, Kale. Now
the
people did voice displeasure about Kale and Caulifla gaining their power as fast as they did. But Toriyama has stated himself that is because that potential was always within them. They just had
yeah.
to awaken it themselves or get that push to awaken it. Whereas Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, that potential wasn't always there. They literally fought tooth and nail to get to where they were.
Mhm.
So,
May I also add Beerus, the Universe 6 Namekians, all of the people from Universe 2 who weren't Ribrianne, because who weren't the top three? How about that?
no, hold up. Zerloin, Zarbuto, and the Rabanra.
There we go.
They are the true MVPs of Universe 2. I
Yes.
died when I saw them transform. I had to pause the episode for a good 5 minutes because I was laughing so hard at that.
Oh yeah. The resurgence of Future Trunks. I absolutely appreciate that they were like, hey, you know that character that everyone saw for one saga that's everyone's favorite. Let's bring him back. Why
Yeah,
not?
and I will also say, kind of going to the Future Trunks arc, there were some inconsistencies. Blue hair. That
There's
wasn't
always been
explained.
inconsistencies. There's always been inconsistencies for the blue hair.
So there's that. What I'm trying to think what else now.
There was Zamasu turning into everything.
See, Zamas, because he used the Super Dragon Balls to wish himself to be immortal, that's kind of. Okay, that's kind of to be expected. Yeah, that arc kind of dragged on a bit. There were pacing issues in that arc as well.
And Vegito Blue was only in the episode for like half of it.
Yeah. And we got our retcon as to why they split after the Patara fusion in the Boo saga.
See,
Oh,
everyone gets upset about that one. That one doesn't bother me as much.
it doesn't bother me either, because I mean, like, okay, that makes sense. Only the Patara only lasts permanently on Kai's.
Yeah. Humans weren't meant to use it.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why we see Caulifla and Kale split right as they were eliminated in the tournament.
Yeah. But what were we
Speak
talking about?
just how we thought about the series
Oh yeah,
as
yeah,
it
yeah.
added what it added to the franchise.
Gotcha.
Now, I'm gonna kind of go back and talk about GT as well. I know it's a sore subject for some people. I will admit, GT had its good moments, it had its bad moments. One thing you can't deny is that GT brought in some great concepts, like the Shadow Dragons, be it that might have been poorly executed. Super had the same thing. They had some good concepts, but poorly executed, such as an evil Goku.
Yep.
I don't get me wrong, I loved the Goku Black arc, but I think they could have done better than, oh, a god got pissed at him and then switched bodies with him.
Hey, he
Um,
did kill his family.
yeah. And then, um, in these last few fight episodes, like with Jiren in particular, like, okay, he just went toe to toe with Goku literally at his strongest that he has ever been. Like, that Goku likely would have put Beerus in the ground.
Hmm.
But then after that, yes, he might have been exhausted, but that's still no reason for 17 and Frieza to have been able to keep up with him. as exhausted as they were as well.
I can see it.
But we did see a good bit of character development for Jiren at, in this episode as well, as even he didn't realize it. He began to fight for not just his survival when
I
Topo encouraged him.
I
I
do like
loved that.
the dynamic. Yeah, that dynamic is kind of nice. And then at
Although,
the end, where Topo goes, "Hey, were you always such a coward?"
like, straight up calling him out, like, dude, he will put you in the ground with a single finger. But, like, Jiren's looking up at the sky saying, I will see you again, Goku. I liked that line too. Like,
I
that
do too.
just, the main theme for Dragon Ball is Goku changes who he fights. He changed Vegeta. He changed Beerus, the god of destruction himself. He changed Jiren. Like, he changes his main antagonists, with the
All
exception
his
of
friends,
Frieza.
all of his friends,
Yeah.
Krillin, Tien, Piccolo, Frieza, androids. The only
Goku
one.
never fought Androids 17 and 18, though.
Uh,
We can thank Krillin for them being good.
yeah, but still, the only main bad guy who's not a good guy, at least a little bit at this point, is Cell.
See, Cell was just the narcissist, like, I want to prove my perfection to the universe.
Yeah, it's just odd to me. Like we even have Boo as a good guy.
Well, they expelled the evil from him and destroyed it, and then it got reincarnated as Oob, which we didn't get much. Well, we didn't get any reference to him in the show itself, but we did get a little bit of a reference, and we did see him in the manga actually.
Which reminds me, I can't wait for the manga to get to the end of Tournament of Power.
See, I don't know if the manga is going to continue after the Tournament of Power or not. Toyotaro's been doing well with his own thing.
Yeah.
But I digress. Now, also, coming up in December, we have the movie coming out. We don't have a lot of information on it, except that it's going to be about the Saiyans.
And the dude has green energy, so people are already like, yo, it's Brawly.
When Broly fans attack. No, it's supposed to. I believe the tagline was a Saiyan from the past or from a past time. I'm not sure. We don't have a whole lot of information. But I feel like this movie is going to have a good deal to do with the Saiyans, obviously. We might get a reference to Yamoshi, the supposed first Super Saiyan god. Maybe the first Super Saiyan in general. We may have a good deal to do with Frieza in this movie. So, it's definitely going to be good. Like, I can't wait for
Question.
December. I don't know if. Sorry, I'm going to finish what I'm saying here. I don't
You're
know
good.
if we're going to get it shown over here like we've seen some other movies. Um, like Resurrection F and Battle of Gods got their theatrical release over here, but they did dubbed. With as big as Dragon Ball's gotten over the past 3 years, how much bigger it's gotten, we may see a theatrical release of the sub over here. If we do, I'm certainly going to go.
Same.
Um, but other than that, I don't have a lot more information.
My question for you
Yeah?
is, do you think once this movie is done, because we know that there are two movies that they have planned, right? Do you think they're going to rehash them in the next time they do a series?
I hope not, because
Same.
that was such a waste of 25 episodes, in all honesty.
Same.
The only thing I enjoyed, really, like the only things that it really added, they changed up the Super Saiyan God ritual, which I kind of liked that. And
Yeah.
then Goku and Vegeta's training with Whis.
Yeah, there were a few little character interactions sprinkled in that were different, but other than that,
Grandpa Piccolo.
yeah, Grandpa Piccolo.
See, oh, and that's another thing. Even the small little filler episodes that we got in this series. Um Goku looking after Pan after his energy goes out of control during his fight with Hit, where um he's trying to get Pan to say grandpa or so on and so forth. Um my particular favorite little bits of filler, the stuff to do with Gohan and Videl.
Okay.
I loved that with that great Saiyaman movie and the douchebag trying to break Gohan and Videl up.
And he
Videl,
turning into an ape, or
no.
not an ape.
Videl literally just putting him in his place.
Yeah,
That was
that was good.
fantastic.
That was good.
Like
That was good.
that was my power couple growing up, Gohan and Videl.
I can see it.
But
Um, back to the movie real quick.
yeah,
I do enjoy the fact, at least so far, that we have a different like tone of animation. It
yes, it
seems
looks pretty.
it seems a lot more free, and because like to me Super, they're in they at least the good animation seems really like closed in,
Rugged,
and
like closed in, lots of close ups, really rugged, like
yeah,
showing the intensity of the fights.
and the movie animation just it honestly looks like Toriyama was just kind of like, hey, I think I'm gonna draw Goku bouncing up and down real quick. Done.
Yeah, it looks really pretty. Like the
Yeah.
small little teaser that we've gotten so far, it is really pretty.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, I don't have anything else, do you?
I don't think so.
Alright. So, as a whole, I enjoyed Super a lot more than I did GT. Yes, it had its pacing issues, but I digress. I loved the series. It was fantastic as a Dragon Ball fan to have the new Dragon Ball to come back to every week. But other than that,
I
I
agree.
believe we are done here.
Yeah.
And um like was said, oh, that also reminds me. I am sorry. The end of Super, the little bits, like the little bits of the narrator that we got, it still is very open to the series starting back up after the movie. That is
Yeah.
not confirmed, but we shall see. I It's likely going to depend on how well the movie does in December, which given how big it's gotten, I don't see it tanking like some other things have happened.
Oh
But
yeah. We're not gonna have an issue. I think that is it.
yeah, so I will leave it there. And to quote the end of the series, we will see you all again soon.
Yeah. Have a good night, everyone.